our channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So today I'm bringing you a project that was inspired by something I saw either on Pinterest or Facebook. But I'm going to be doing a card. I haven't done a card in a while and I don't want those skills to get rusty. I haven't did any ink blending in a while. So I'm going to kind of show you two approaches to this card. And I'm also going to be using a die set that I've not used before, or maybe once. Yeah, no, I think I've used it once. Okay, so here's my thought process. This is a paper pad that I got from scrapbook.com, and it is already like set and ready to go if you needed to do some ink, kind of an ink blending feel. So that's the first quick tip that I could give you. Let's put it this way. So if you don't have time to ink blend, or you don't have all the inks but you need something that kind of lends itself to that, then this is perfect. I actually love this paper pad. Okay. Oh, that's just a random thing. So I'm going to be using a die set. I have it in here. Yeah. So for my focal, I'm going to be using this Arch die set, Essential Arches. I do believe that's by Spellbinders because they're the only ones with the bronze looking dies. So, and I'm using, I got this from Amazon, so I'm using kind of like this silhouette, one of these silhouette dies. So depending on how big you want your focal point to be dictates what you use here. So I've got a couple of arches that I've already pulled out. So I'm going to try, well, the size of my card is going to be an A2 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I kind of want I don't want my arch to overwhelm my card. So I'm deciding if I'm going to use this smaller one. So that goes there. So last evening before I got started, I went ahead and ink blended this background. I put it on, this is just some heavy cardstock white. I put it on the largest one of these only because I knew I was going to be cutting this down, but I wanted to kind of see what it would look like. Off camera, I went ahead and did two of these arches here, which is kind of like this nestling arch right here. So it would kind of nestle in here when I cut this down, because I'm basically going to cut this down. Okay, and then I'm looking for a background, so I was fishing around for a background. So that's like one approach. And then the other approach, kind of the same thing. Oh yeah, that's the one that cut the arch is if I use this already background that's already done, like I don't have to do anything other than stamp on it, then this could kind of give you the quickness of this. Now I am going to spend a little time showing you guys how I did this, what colors I use, because I use my distressed inks. So I've got a couple of these that I can choose from. This is going to be like the panel on my card base. And then this is the one I'm going to be using with you guys today. I have some card fronts, like just already made. Looks like a top folding card in my stash. So I'm trying to use things in my stash. So that's one approach. Here is the other card base. Side folding, top folding, it doesn't really matter. So I got that, set that to the side. Yeah. So I just went through my stash looking for pre-made panels, things that I could use for the background. I already had some card bases in my stash. Then, then I'm looking for sentiments. So pretty much I'm trying to pull together a really quick card. These are my options. Put that over there. So I'm trying to put together a really quick card, something I don't have to do a lot of fiddle farting with. So I had purchased these strips. I think this is from Amazon. So I might end up using one of these. I don't know. It just depends. Then I have this if I want to go more on a sympathy route. I have this as well. The problem that I'm coming into is don't have a lot of room if I use that small arch. But I'm going to try anyway. And then I got these from my local store as well. So something I could put together. And an embossing folder if I want to use it. So that's kind of the plan. Let's see how well I execute it. It's in my head. So here I am going again with nothing done before this video. So I grabbed some white cardstock out of my stash, some black cardstock out of my stash. Just trying to use up things that I have in my stash. So to do this ink blending, which I mean, basically you've seen me ink blend before. But these were the colors. I like to darken it up at the top a little, so I could probably have done a layer of black or gray up at the top, but I don't know. I haven't decided. So these are my distressed inks: Fossilized Amber, Carved Pumpkin, Spun Sugar, Picked Raspberries, Wilted Violet, and then a little Seedless Preserve up in here to kind of darken it. I have some black soot that you could kind of go over and really darken it, but it just depends on what time of day you're trying to, what effect that you're trying to go for. So if you can compare, now this is me doing it with my blending brushes, but if you compare the scene with this is kind of, you know, going in that same vein depending on which way you turn. Well, yeah, this would be the top. Turn it around. Yeah. So yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to move everything out the way. Move you over here. I'm going to bring in my mat from Waffle Flower, if I'm not mistaken. Bring here. And you know, this is a skill. You know, it's not a lot of, it's a skill. So I have this. So in my, I have a crafting journal. So I try to write down things so I can go back to them, like techniques and stuff. So I can remember what colors I used. So here's the deal. If you want to clean your brushes, a little alcohol on a spray it on there. Scrub your brushes. That'll clean them if they kind of start looking crusty. That's what you can do. Okay, so I need something to hold on to just so I won't put fingerprints in it. It shouldn't move, but I feel like I gotta hold on to something. So when you start, I'm going to start at the bottom, and then I'm just going to go in a circular motion and lay down this color. Now I have some re-inkers, so it could be time to re-ink this. I do not know if I bought a re-inker for this, but I mean, I've had these for years. I don't have the full set. I just have the little mini cubes. But I like his inks for this. Now I have other inks I could use, I guess, but not the wide range. So just circular motions back and forth, however far up you want to go. And believe me, it gets better over time, because when you first do it, it looks like a hot mess. Okay. And I am really pressing down hard to lay that ink down. Okay, so it looks about right. Oh, darn it. I wasn't supposed to do that. Okay. Alright, so see how I made that boo-boo? I just went right on in there. So I'm going to take a little alcohol on here. And then just do that. Oh, I don't want alcohol on that. I'm trying to get you guys to see what I'm doing. So just to take off that ink that wasn't supposed to go in there. La, 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 la. Here you go. Here we go. Wrong one. I've been known to do that before. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. Yep. And then before I start swirling on the paper, I just start swirling up. So I'm going to go down a little and come back up so that the dawn or the sun is coming up, like the darker color is coming up or on the paper. Trying to avoid those heavy spots, but you know, that's what it is. Okay, put that over there, and I'm leaving that out just in case I want to use it again. Come back and hit it again. So the next one is Spun Sugar that I'm using. Pretty confident, and I'm going to be using both of these. Pretty confident that I re-inked this one, but I can't be sure that it worked. It's my favorite one, and I put the re-inker in there. I don't know, maybe I'm not doing it right, so I don't know. Yep, see, here's the re-inker. And I dropped some drops on there. Maybe I didn't drop enough. And I did it last night. But I am getting some pink, but not as a lot. But it's better than what it was. That's for doggone sure. And I never buy re-inkers, but I bought it for this because of this one. So I'm pulling that Spun Sugar down. I just usually give up on this one because I'm not getting the results I want. But I am pulling it down into that carved pumpkin. Picked raspberry. You'll see how I'm just slowly going up. I'm still going to use the same blending brush. If you want to, you can scrub it off a little bit. See how juicy that is compared to this? So I'm going to start swirling up, pulling that pink down, just going up. Not too bad. Not too bad. Wax on, wax off, y'all. That's what this is all about. Depending on how deep your color is, now I'm thinking about that song, How Deep Is Your Love? Not too bad. Now, you could use this on a 5x7, so as well, go back up, put that over there. So this is a Wilted Violet. Let me see if I have that black soot in something. Okay, yeah, there it is. Now for this ink set, I got full set syndrome. That's for doggone sure. Alright. I can't remember if I did that. I'm going to load my brush up. Clean that up because my butt will forget I did it over there. So I'm going to start swirling before I get on the paper. That way I'll have my hand in the motion. See, I was trying to avoid that spots, but I'll try to blend it out. And then I'm going down into that picked raspberry and spun. And each time you do it, it's going to be slightly different. I'm still going to use the same brush. Whoops. But I'm going to use the Seedless Preserve next. So See how that changes the color a little bit? Now if you were doing like an intense Halloween scene, oh yeah, you're going to lay on these purples, baby. You're going to lean into them. You're going to lean into them big time. I'm going to come back through with that Wilted Violet. I'm going to pull that down a little. Oh yeah, that looks pretty. It's pretty. So, yeah. Down a little. Okay, so I'm really gonna lean into that color. Oh, this purple. It's pretty fun. And I haven't done this in a long time. But you know, if you're like leaning into the pumpkin thing, you're gonna be, the Halloween theme. Well, this would be a perfect. Oh, I wish I had gotten that thing with the moon, because this would be a perfect moon right here. Okay, lay a little bit more color down. And of course, this is gonna look better over time. That ink is gonna kind of smooth out. All right, let me. Do I have? I don't want to. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of black on here, just a little bit. Just a little bit of black soot. And I'm using a small blending. This is actually a makeup brush. Just around the edges. Not too much. You'll see, look at the difference depending on how you do. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just how much concentrated ink I used. This is a little bit on the lighter side. So I'm going to, oh, where's the purple? Still going to try to hook her up. I want it darker. I want it more intense. So let's see, really load my brush up. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to press down. Okay, I wasn't pressing down hard enough. Press down. Now I'm really pressing down. Have that little dip there. Okay, I'm happy. Now you get to decide when you're done. But I'm done with that. So I'm going to put that back in here. I think I'm done. So yeah, so that's just a quick tip on what I would do. Okay, if I want, because I still have that black on this brush. Let me go through. Do I have it? I have some right there. So I'm gonna go through and add that little, what's ever left on this brush. Let's put a little black here. Some blacks and some grays would work. Just a little hint. Okay. Alright, perfect. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these back up. Gotta put them in their respective tins. Thank you, Mr. Tim Hertz. Before I go, move this up out the way. Up and out the way. Let's clean up. Let's get this black soot off this brush. And you just keep rubbing and rub little spritz of rubbing alcohol until the brush comes up clean. And that can be used for any color. Make sure I get this. I don't want to drag any of my card fronts in my bloop, bloop thing. and I got something on my hand. I've been known to touch in and everything. Get rogue ink on stuff that I didn't mean to get it on. Okay, so that's taking care of that. All right, so this is what this is the manufactured blending background, and then this is the handmade. Not saying that you can't put some little ink on this. I've never tried it, but if you wanted to darken up the sky, I'm assuming you can smudge on some black ink and see what happens. But I really like the ombre card fronts from scrapbook.com. I even got the 6x8, and then I got the 4 1/4 by 5.5. So I really love those. These are my two results. I think I'm going to use this one for my card, for my silhouette, and then I'm going to use this one for my second card because I'm making 2 cards today using 2 different types of backgrounds for my silhouette stamp. So what I think I'm going to do is let's lay it out so I can kind of reset a little. So this is the plan. Okay, good. So for this card, I'm thinking, yeah, this one. I'm thinking this is going to be my background, so I'm going to cover my card base. I don't know why this is so much bigger. It's really weird. Okay, so see how that's bigger? I don't know. Thought it was the same, but let's try this one. Maybe not. Let's see. Okay, this is better. I'm going to be using that. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to run this. So the plan is to run this background piece, this panel, through my embossing folder. Where did it go? Where did it go? Do 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 do. Embossing folder. You are really big. Oh, here it is. Okay. So the plan is to run that through the embossing folder to give this some visual interest. Then this goes on the back like that. Then I cut this out, and I might use the bigger one. See, if I hadn't have cut this out, the smaller one, I could have used this one. So let's see if I go back and redo my black one. So if I use this guy, let's see which one, because now I'm rethinking. I'm always rethinking, but you know, it's your prerogative. You can do that. How big of this arch? See, I want you to be able to see the background. So if I use this, and then this, no, yeah, for my black one. Okay, so this would be the black layer, about right there. Okay, I guess I could. I could go back and cut a bigger black. And then this one would be in this color now. And it would go right in here. And so that, this one would be this one. And then you would get that. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. That's why I grabbed this extra piece of black cardstock that I got to rip down. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut out 2 more of these in the larger arch. But these won't go to waste because Halloween. And then this one, and then I'll come back and I'll cut out both of these in this. And then we'll see what happens. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. So I still got to do some stamping. So I went ahead and used this embossing folder to emboss these. These are the 2 back panels. What I ended up doing was misting the paper. Just swish to a light mist, then ran it through the embossing folder. Now I'd show you how to cut, but I don't have enough space here to stick my intricate, so you can see it. I mean, I've shown it. It's very awkward. So I just don't have enough space right here to put everything on my desk. So that's done. So put that away. I went ahead and cut out my arches. So that's done. And then I went ahead and cut out my arches only because I'm going to do the stamping next. But I'm just going to put that in there any kind of way. But I wanted to make sure I had my stamping placed exactly where I wanted it. And normally I'd stamp then cut out, but this I wasn't comfortable with, put it that way. Okay, so we'll put that to the side. So I think I'm going to use this one. If I use the bigger one, see, I don't have a lot of room for a sentiment if I wanted to put something on the side, right? So that was the thought, but I had this long skinny one that I could kind of stamp off to the side and not put in the middle, like kind of like that. And then my thought process is, I have this one. This is too big. I mean, is this one thing? These are some pretty, okay, so that's one big thing. So I can't really use that. So that's out. But I really wanted to use one of these stickers, right? So I'm trying to use things that I purchased that I have. So, because what's the point of buying all this stuff if you don't use it? So I was looking at that. That might work, like here, like a little further up. And then I thought I had some birds or something, or some butterflies or something. I don't know. I do. Now I gotta go dig that stamp out to kind of fill out this top. But that's like a thought, right? So you could do it, and then that would be nice and long. Or fear not, for I am always with you. That could be here instead of up like a long sentiment. That could be here, like in between this area. So if I use that, that's why I didn't stamp everything first. So if I use that, that could go, you know, in between here. Still got this blank area. I'm going to go find the birds. I may not do it today, but yeah. So that's the thought process. If I use the big one, right? So that's why this big one is really good. You got a lot of room, right? So if I was using this on a 5x7 card, I mean, you could do it on a 4 1/4, but look, that's all you're gonna get, you know. See, I mean, basically this is a bit, this is why this is good for a 5x7, and then I don't have any problem about placing a larger sentiment or something on here. Okay, then I have this one. So if I want to fill up the space, so to speak, then I have this one that I could kind of just lay over the bottom with this strip. But I don't know. Proud of you, best wishes, I miss you, be happy. None of these seems to go. I might end up stamping something. Like, none of these phrases seems to go. Oh, smile, dream, you make me smile. That could kind of go, like, if I stamp it, I don't know how it's going to look. Well, you know what? I'm going to do both since I have both. And then I might have a sentiment in my stash already stamped out that I could use that could go over here like a strip. But I'm definitely going to use this one. I think I like that one. And I'm going to use that one over here. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's stop debating. Let's just get to making. And then, as someone said yesterday, happy accidents. Happy accidents. Okay, I gotta clean because my brain can't take it no more. Happy accidents. So here's my Misty. Misty. Get that out of there. I don't need this. That's just where that lives. Get this out. So we're gonna put this right here. Let's do it in the corner. This is do it in the corner, so when I do it in the corner, I don't have to move my stamp any. right up in the corner. Put that one. I guess it doesn't matter because I'm doing two. Okay, here we go. Yeah, let's do it that way. That way I don't feel like I'm all stuck in the corner. I want to have it come down just a little, just to stamp that little bit off the thing. Okay, that's how I'm going to do it. So basically, I'm sorry you guys can't see me. I apologize. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here, but I'm going to hang this stamp up ever so slightly off the bottom edge. And move it over. So basically, this is telling me I'm either going to have a sentiment that goes down here, or a sentiment that, I mean, if I don't remember if I got a curved sentiment, but a curved sentiment would have been nice up here. But I don't remember. I don't know. I might have one. I can't tell you. I don't remember. I barely remembered I had this in my stash. I didn't like the way it looked because it didn't feel like that was even. So I'm going to use that line right there. Yeah. Use the grid line, Brenda. Use the grid line. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. I got to go look and see if... So if I don't have a curved sentiment, guess who's pulling out the Cricut, man? Because I can definitely do a curved sentiment from that. Because that would be nice. And I know scrapbook.com sells them. I don't remember if I picked it up. Okay. That would have been nice. Okay, so pick up the thing. Pick up the clear stamp. Stamp, 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 stamp. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. I love these silhouettes. If ever I wish I had grabbed a curved sentiment, today would have been it. Alright, so we're going to put that down. You can stamp it more than once. Just going to smooth out the color. Oh, that's definitely, it's going to call for another one, but it's pretty. It's pretty pretty. See how it's, oh, that's so pretty. I feel like, oh, so pretty. Stamp it one more time. Now, if you want to go for that rustic and, you know, look, that would, you could have stopped there, but I'm going to do it one more time. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? And it's a little wet. It's a little wet. Oh my goodness, if you know what would be really, if I had thought about it, I didn't bring it out, was to do some heat embossing on that. Let that sparkle up a little with those black lines, which I've done before. Oh, I didn't think about that. So put some clear embossing powder over top of this. And then, oh, I might end up doing that. Oh, that's so nice. That's so, so lovely. Okay, but I'm going to take it up. Be very gentle with it because I can see the ink is still a little wet. I don't know if you can see the ink on there, but it's wet. So I'm going to put that in front of me. I'm going to wipe this off. I got this guy. I can wipe him off with. And I'm going to do the next one. Oh, that is so gorgeous. Oh, I'm just loving it. So I'm kind of going to do the same thing, but I think, so on the bottom, you can barely see it, but there's some pink, some red lines that I'm just using. If I put it, the only reason I didn't put it here is because I want this to come off the bottom and off to the side, right? So that's why I didn't put it on there. So I'm just looking for a line about there and dropping it in. Then I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to kind of drop it down. Now, if you want, you can kind of stamp off to the side. That gives me more room if I stamp off to the side for the longer sentiment. But I'm afraid if I put, you can't really read that, right? If I do it like that. Okay. So I think I'm just going to go over here and kind of get it into the center, about right there. I don't think this needs anything else. And this may not need anything else because it's so pretty. Can I get it in the center? Let's see. If I do it like that, that would go there. I mean, that's too big. That is way too big. If I use that, that's a long column. That's not curved, so I can't use that. That's too big. Still overthinking. I think if I do it like that, I have enough. Just go right in between there. Okay, so that's where I'm going to put it. Okay, we'll see. I've never used that, so I'll be real careful. Okay, perfect. All right. We're going to do the same thing. It's going to be the same exact thing. Put this here. So pretty. And I've used these stamps before, and I love this ink. It's my favorite one. I've had it for years. That's my go-to for inks, for stamping, and at least in black. Oh yeah, I need to press down on that a little. Darn it, something's not going on with that one. There we go. I'm going to hit it one more time. Oh, that's pretty too. Oh, that's really lovely. Oh, wow. That's pretty. I don't know if I need to hit that at all. Oh, isn't that lovely? Oh my God, it just comes together so nice. I mean, I really tried to ink that up really good. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, that's lovely too. Oh, okay. I don't think I need to hit that again. I don't see any spots. It's kind of wet. I don't know if you can't really see it, but from an angle I can see that it's still glistening. It hasn't completely dried. Oh, that is so lovely. Take that up. Let's clean that off a little. Clean this. Wipe that off a little. Let's wipe this down. Now, if you were mass producing this, then no, you just keep going. But isn't that darling? Okay. Oh, before let's put this back up. Been known not to. And then put that back in there. That way I always know where it's at. I'll put these on the back of here until I'm ready to put everything up when I finally clean. Okay, so let's put this together. Woohoo! All right. Here's my card base. That's still wet. I don't know if you can see that. See, it's still wet. There you go. Okay. But oh my God, that would be so good. I think I'm gonna come back and hit it with some embossing powder the next time I do it, because I'm gonna do it again. All right, so let's put one of these bad boys together. So here's my pre-cut. I'll bring that back up. Pre-cut card base. That's gonna go like that. Oh, nope. It's gonna go like this. And that's gonna go like that. And then this is gonna go on top of that. Did I cut out the wrong one? Okay. I don't like that color, because I think I cut out the wrong one. The wrong color. I used the wrong color. Because I want to have the blue in it. Guess it doesn't look bad. I mean, I guess it's not bad looking. It's not the one that I thought I was cutting out. Okay. Because the other one had a little blue in it, but I guess I'm gonna go with it. I mean, it's nice. I mean, I don't know. Okay, let's see. I kind of like. I'm just such a white background person, you know. What do you guys think? That's simple. Like, that's simple. That's a simple card. But no, okay. Yep, I'm going to keep this one. Yep, that's what I like. I like that white. I'm going to reuse that. That can be reused on another project. But this, to me, to my eye, that's pretty. You don't need anything else. That right there. Okay, so let's look at the other one. Okay, so here we go. Now this one I might like better, only because it shows some white. Put that down there, and then put that in there. Oh yeah. Okay, see, two different looks. So let's go with that. And then I'm going to pop up one of these layers, but I don't know which one yet. So let's get out my card bases. Okay, side folding. Okay, there's the two cards. That's two different looks. I like that because it's pulling in some of the purple. So this could be more happier, more solemn occasion. Now I got something on the back of that, so I got some ink. Get another one. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's do that. All right, so I think I'm gonna see. Look, I got black on my hands. I don't know what I touched, but I got black ink on my hands. Pissing me off. And when I'm touching something, now I got black stuff all over everything. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so glue. So what I think I'm gonna do first, I think I'm gonna pop this up. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna pop this up on this base, but let me lay this down first. Yep, let's do that. And if you want, I'm gonna grab this out. Reverse tweezers. I can tell that's crooked. Yeah, that's all crooked. I actually have a T-square. If you think I'd get it out and use it. Okay, that's good. All right, good enough. Good enough for what I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna pop this bad boy up. I got these little foam squares from Dollar Tree. I probably should have stamped that more than once. Oh, I don't have the strips. They're somewhere, but we'll just use this. This will work. Little tedious squares, but this will work. Works. In the zone for crafting zone. That's how that's gonna look. Oh, that's darling. Oh, that's so pretty. I should have stamped that twice, but that's okay. Alright, let's hook up these individual doodads. So, wondering what you guys are thinking about crafting, because I'm thinking about crafting. I just stopped to make some cards. I don't know who this card is for. I just wanted to make a card just to kind of reset, because I'm waiting on some supplies to drop in. And I've been using cards out of my stash for birthdays. Like, I've gone through my stash, so it's like, ooh, I got to start making cards again. Like, just basically, I've got thank you cards. I never have enough sympathy cards or all occasion cards, and so in between the holiday crafting, like crafting for Halloween and Christmas, since I'm not teed up ready yet for that, I thought, oh, well, let me just make this card. And I saw this, like I said, I saw this project on Pinterest, and I nudged that over a little. That's why I put glue on here, liquid glue, just to kind of be able to move it around before I commit. So I saw it on Pinterest, and I was like, oh, I got that. I can do something like that. And then there's my card. And, you know, I'm going to worry about the sentiment later, because I don't know. I usually do not put sentiments on my cards. This one just didn't do well. Probably should have stamped it one more time. But that's okay. That's okay. I like this one though. This has got a little texture. And it's showing a lot of white, because I'm just like, I like the white part showing. So that's what it looks like on the debossed side, embossed side. Oh God, I lost my train of thought. So I figured, oh yeah, I got that. Let me do something like that, because, you know, you get inspired. It's not the exact same card, but it's kind of the feel. It's inspired by that design. And I love using my silhouette stamps. And then I was like, oh, tags, Christmas tag, Halloween tags. So, woohoo, tag. Tags. So I was like, oh, that could be something I want to do next. Can never have too many tags. And I use tags to try new techniques. That's kind of what I use my tags for. See how that's a different feel than this? Different vibe. Clean and simple. And I wasn't starting out doing the clean and simple card, but that's how it ends up. That's what, you know, you get the chance to change your mind in the middle of crafting. So that's what I did. Put that over there. Put this arch down. And when I'm, you know, in between thinking of projects and things to do, always making a card is always a good option, because you can kind of then reset yourself. And then you're still making and creating and using your supplies. And this year has been the theme. I'm going to use what I purchased, because God knows I've purchased a lot. But it doesn't make any sense to, like I said earlier this year, is to get this stuff and then don't use it. So I think that's going to be my journey next year, is I'm going to use something from my stash in every project that I have purchased. I'm gonna lay that down. Oh, I'm not gonna pop that up. Do I want to pop that up? Do I want to leave it flat? No, I'm gonna pop it up. It just does something. Just does this little extra. And so typically, if I'm gonna, try not to pop it up too much, but normally for the most part, all of my cards are hand delivered. And then you never know when my mom's gonna come in and say, "Do you have a card?" She hasn't done that in a while, but I can feel it coming. Do you have a card I can get? I want to send a card. And I don't know, in my family, greeting cards were the thing. I mean, like I'm putting too much. I'm doing too much. I'm just doing too much on this one. Oh, I did way too much. It'd have been better if I had the little strips, but I don't have them with me. In my family, oh, that ink is not drying. Maybe I should heat set it. I've never had that happen before, where the ink isn't drying. Oh, it's still not dry. See that? Okay, I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to heat set it, but you can kind of see where I'm going with that. I think this pulls in all these colors. And then because I don't have a color that really pulls in, I went with just the white. So I think this pulls in that color. But you get two different, I'm going to heat set that. I don't know what happened. I don't have my heat gun out. I'm going to wait on the sentiment. I really would like to do the sentiment for you guys, but I never do the sentiments on my cards. I kind of leave them blank. Only because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. This could be this could be a birthday card. And then I have a sentiment that I can add to it, or off to the side. Or add no sentiment and then add it in the inside. But I really love these arches. I'm going to figure out what else I could do with them, because they're really pretty. Made a really good card. I don't know. It could be the distressed ink that I put on top of here. That could have been why it didn't dry. It's still drying, but it's taking a long time for that flower to dry. So anyway, that's enough for me today, talking about why stuff didn't dry. Didn't anticipate that. So if you like what you saw today, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm still on my goal. I'm gonna let go and let God, so I don't really think about it anymore. I've set my intention for the year. Either I make it or it's a slow crawl to it. It doesn't matter, because I'm gonna let go and let God. So I'll talk to you guys later.